Hello everybody, I do apologize for having to do this video in my car, but I just figured it'd be a little bit faster to do. And we're going to be talking about the Mark Stone news that broke a little bit ago, and Mark Stone is going to be out indefinitely after having back surgery. Now the good news is he is reportedly already had the surgery and it was successful, according to the team themselves. Stone, though, has not played since January 12th because of the injury, which is back related, like I said. And actually, what's weird is he ended up getting worse because he aggravated it during rehabilitation. So, not something you like to see. Typically, during rehab, if you've ever had to go physical therapy or anything like that, you really are not trying to push yourself. So, I really don't know how this happened. But again, back is something that is very sensitive. And if you're an athlete, I'm sure you're going to be doing things a little bit differently. Still, I don't know. But this, unfortunately, is going to be yet another back surgery for Stone. He had his first one back in May, so this is his second one in less than a year. And this is just really not great news for Stone or Vegas. You look at it now, I think Stone missed something like 40 plus games last year, and that is not great. I think he had 3 different stints where he was out with an injury. And Vegas, really just any team, but Vegas, of course, too. If you lose a guy like Stone, that is a player that, really is the embodiment of the franchise, you're going to be in a tough spot. And to lose him for over half the year, that's not great. Now, you'd have to imagine at this point that Mark Stone is out for the season. I don't know for sure. I haven't said anything or seen anything that is specific saying, yes, Mark is out for the whole season. But here we are about 50 games, a little over 50 games into the season. I really don't see him being able to be back for the start of the playoffs after back surgery. And with the contract that he's got left, I could not see Vegas trying to rush him back. Also, I will say this is not great news for Vegas, like I mentioned earlier in the video, as Stone is probably still the most impactful two-way player for Vegas. You look at a lot of his stats, and you look when he's out on the ice. They just do what they've always done. They've been able to out-chance, to limit chances, to just dominate both ways, and they've been able to play winning hockey when he's out there for them. So that's not good. Especially the fact that you look at Vegas is 1-5-1 without Stone in the lineup since his injury. I think he got injured on the 12th against the Panthers. They won that game, but I really didn't want to count that game as a win or a loss. Regardless of what happened, I wanted to go afterwards. So you're looking at this afterwards and you see a 1-5-1 record. That's just not good. And I would say that this is still a little bit early. I don't want to jump on this ship. But you have to wonder, is Mark Stone's career a little bit in jeopardy? Looking at his contract, you'd have to think that he'd want to play through that deal and get all that money. But you also have to consider the fact, too, that this is back-related, and this is another injury to the back within a year. I mean, this is something that if you're not careful, you're not going to walk right or possibly walk at all if you get a serious injury. I'm not going to say that he's there just yet, and I'm sure he's going to talk to a lot of doctors and physicians and figure out what's best for himself going forward as well as the team. But it's just a little concerning, and you would like to see him get back to where he is playing that top-notch hockey, where he is one of the best two-way players in the league. But as of right now, we got to wait for him to heal. And as the season ends, it's going to be him having 17 goals, 21 assists for 38 points in 43 games played. I think the biggest concern for me, looking at that is you got to find that production and you have to find a way to win. Because like I said, Vegas is in a slump right now and they're going to be missing their captain. They're going to be missing his leadership. They're going to be missing, a lot of aspects of his game. And right now they are in the 3rd spot in the Pacific Division. You have got the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames breathing right down their necks. And they're right there. They're right there. I don't know how many games the Golden Knights have left against Edmonton and Calgary, but those are games you have to win if you're Vegas. And you have to stop the slide ASAP, because this is a team that got off to a really hot start at the beginning of the year. And it really kind of faded as of late. Now, I'm not saying this is all Stone related, because I don't think that they were playing perfect hockey after their hot start, but still, they got to find a way to get this done, and they got to find a way to get back in the playoffs, because that is the standard that Vegas has set early on in the franchise's history. And I know Mark Stone would not want the team to just crumble once he leaves, but we'll have to see. What are your thoughts on the Mark Stone injury news? Really just kind of devastating news if you're a fan of the team or Mark Stone. And I think a lot of people are, because of just the way that he plays the game. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think his career is over? I'd also like to hear those thoughts as well if you actually think that. And then also, please make sure to like this video if you found it informative. Subscribe if you're new. I apologize for sounding like I'm out of breath. It's just super cold in here, and I'm just trying to make sure I don't see my breath or anything like that. Anyway, everybody, please stay safe. Have a great night, and you will have hockey all right.